What is up, Choppin' Champions? Welcome back to another episode of Choppin' Chat. We are your hosts. I am Dre Magix, aka Yitzilog.
And I am Anil, aka your big time Becky.
And
And
we just finished watching Raw, but the Raw
oh,
after Elimination Chamber. Thoughts?
yes. Oh my gosh. Well, um, oh my god. I was just, to be honest, oh my god, I was not even paying attention so much to the match, to the main event. Because I was like, ugh, whatever. Like it's not gonna happen. And then when Bianca got involved, then I was like, oh, DQ, DQ. I'm sure it's gonna DQ and they're gonna reset, whatever. And then bam! And I was like,
Yes.
yo, like, did they really just do that tonight? Like, I think it was just like a shocking main event. I was like, I mean, okay, between all of us, I wanted Io to win.
I,
But I didn't think they were gonna make it happen because now, with Io winning, now I think the triple threat is imminent. I think
no,
it's going to be imminent.
no. I like, even in the match, Raw did a good job tonight in storytelling within the matches, right? So,
Yes.
for example, the nod to all the damage control finishing moves was so good.
Yes.
Was
Yes.
so good
Yes.
because I was like, oh, is she doing the bullet train? No, this is the like Dakota Kai thing. And then she just one
Yes.
after the other. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, there it
The elbow
is.
drop. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah. I was really shocked, but this is, I think, what we were talking about a week ago, where we were like, Raw and SmackDown seem to have been slow. This is the pace that we're
Yes.
used to. This is exact where it seems like from the top to the bottom of the card, something was going on. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
okay, the main event, how about that opener? I never felt so much for CM Punk than I did tonight. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I get it. I get all the punk cars. I get all these punks who are like whining online, telling people CM Punk deserves everything. Tonight, I'm with y'all. I'm on that train. I was like, give me some more of this zaddy. Like, give me the zaddy punk and give me some more.
I I really hope Jey Uso wins, man. Like, they're making it seem like he might not win, and I know they're doing it on purpose, but I don't want it. Just give me a straight shot, Jey Uso win.
I do think so. What I love, so the CM Punk Seth, I mean, that's great. Ever since Punk returned, that whole Seth was just waiting to happen. That whole thing would set. So I'm like, I'm pretty set with Seth. And I'm like, I'm good with this. I think next week will be a chance to include Roman in the mix. Get Paul
Mm-hmm.
there. I think that would be next week because it is a big Raw in Madison Square Garden. So, WWE does this when they're in big cities. They do have great reveals. So I'm like, Madison Square Garden, I'm sure. I'm hoping, oh my god. This is the thing though, where I'm like, I'm invested, but I'm not. Because I'm like, oh my god, they might just like have this bad show all of a sudden, so random. Like what they did after the Rumble, where every Raw was just like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Don't do it to
So,
us. Don't do it to us.
right, so I'm like, please keep this pace. So, the main event was great. Sorry, the opening was great. The Intercontinental title match was great, the women. I was like, that was a good match for like two rookies. I was like, and you got it right. I think what you said was the storytelling was in the matches. And I think that's what we
Mm-hmm.
missed the last few weeks. And this week, they just gave it like every
Oh.
single storyline had something for us to bite, had something for us
Mm-hmm.
to chew and taste, and like, okay, give it to us. So,
This week, I'm gonna start a new segment that you're gonna clip, and it's called the Thick Boy Nation. Shout out to all the big guys who are throwing aerials now.
Oh,
Man, the shooting star press? Are you kidding me? That's one of my favorite aerial moves. And Julius Creed hits the shooting star press, but also Ivar does the run in and against the ring like billboard. When I saw that live, I was by myself and I'm like, yo, so good.
I, I mean, the Warriors are great. I think,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit offended sometimes when they enter and there's no pop, and I'm like, are you guys kidding me? Like, these are like really fun dudes to watch because they're bigger bodied, but they're like luchadoring it. Like, like, oh my god, it's Taka Michinoku or it's Rey Mysterio. Like,
It reminds
it's a
me a lot
cruiserweight
of
division.
it reminds me it reminds me of Bam Bam Bigelow and like Vader, like really big guys who aren't afraid to just throw shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's true. Bam Bam all had these high flying moves. Vader, I mean, Vader Bomb, in itself was still like not conventional for a big guy. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I loved it. I love that they retained. A part of me was also wishing, like, come on, give it to the heels. There's something about the heels being champions that are better. But I think it was a great match. Shout out to the cinematic WWE with that Chad Gable promo. like fresh
why,
from Breaking Bad.
why does the guy he's getting ancient Chinese secrets about luchadors?
I was like, is this supposed to be like a lucha guy or is this Mr.
Jackie
Miyaki?
Chan.
Because it's like,
Yeah,
it's like the secrets of lucha, right? And then he needs more money, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh my god, I wonder what it is, but it's probably funny. I mean, given that it's a Chad Gable story, it's probably
Probably
like
like a
a
mask
joke.
or something.
For $500?
Yeah.
It's
No, but he
like,
comes back as a luchador.
yeah, it's probably like Lucha Game, and then American Made is like, what? Like, whatever happened
American
to
made
American
versus made in
Made?
Mexico.
Yeah, which of course, clearly American Made's gonna lose. Like, but yeah, it was good. I mean, great matches. I was happy with this Raw, and then the Jey Uso segment. I mean, I get it. I could have done without the Gunther match. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I love Otis, I could have done without the Gunther match, but I guess that's how they moved the story, and I'm not going to complain anymore because this is the best Raw since, I don't know, September.
Since
And I'm not
Netflix.
even kidding.
Since it got on Netflix.
So it's like, okay, I'm going to take it. Elimination
Even the
Chamber.
Braun, oh, real quick, even the
This
Braun Breaker segment, they legitimized Braun Breaker now.
finally, and I'm like, you know what? It's great that Finn is doing this because I think this is just the kind of feud. Because I love watching the more technical or high flying wrestlers go against the powerhouses. I always
Mm-hmm.
enjoy their matchups. It's always fast paced and like highly complimentary of each other. So I was like, Finn versus Braun. I'm for it. Like, I'm here. I want to see it, and it's a great way for Finn to have a title. If they're gonna give it to him, but I doubt it. I think they'll just put Braun over, and then finally
Yeah,
the
I don't
Judgment
think
Day
Finn needs it,
separates.
though, you know?
Yeah, I think he will not like win it, and then finally the breakup, the Judgment Day thing happens, and
Yeah.
finally, I'm like, guys, it's I love the Liv Raquel thing, but it's just getting like it's getting stale.
It's getting
Um,
played.
right? It's
All
pretty
right,
new, but yeah. Elimination
we can move
Chamber.
on. The Elimination
Um,
Chamber.
so
The women's.
Jade
We can start
Cargill.
from the jump. It's never happened that way. Like, from the beginning?
Yeah, I was secretly hoping, I was like, okay, before the match ends, Jade is gonna come out and like, destroy Bianca or, Naomi or whoever. And then she's gonna point at the WrestleMania sign and everyone like, what's going on? But it was like, nope, like right here, right now, I'm coming for Naomi. And, and because Liv is such a pro. She is
Yeah.
such a pro. The way she
The
played
squidge.
that. Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
way she played it, it was very good of her because like that's how Liv is. She's like, oh no no, and then with Naomi being like just there, and then wow, I was like, first of all, Jade Cargill serving Storm realness, that 70s Storm costume. I was like, I am having a gay gasm, like just by seeing her in that. Like,
Time out.
I was
A
like,
gay gasm?
I don't
Is that
even
a
know why I
real
said that. I don't
is that
even
a
know why I
real
said
thing, or
that.
did you just invent that? Did you just invent
I
that, or
had,
is that a thing?
I just made it up today because I'm like, how? How do I
No.
describe this look? Anyways, and she comes in, pulverizes Naomi, like, and pulverizes. Like, the way she was killed. The way she was killed
Reverse?
in that
Uno,
car.
Uno reverse?
Right? Although, I don't know if it's really Naomi, and my heart tells me Jade just slipped and is blaming Naomi.
she just she
I
just
was like,
slips.
she just slipped. And then she's like, fuck Naomi. It's her
God.
fault. But yeah.
Oh no.
And sorry that Alexa
Some
didn't
piece
win.
of me. Yeah, some piece of me was like, oh man, I hope Alexa wins, but then like they didn't give it to her. Which is cool. I feel like her not winning leads to like a cool Wyatt Six return,
Yeah,
hopefully.
I was thinking, I was like, I had this feeling, where I was like, you know what? I think just to, wrap the women up too, it's like, I think Alexa and Nikki might reunite, and that I'd love to see Liv and Raquel versus Alexa and Nikki, with this
Yeah.
Wyatt Six thing behind them, and maybe even finally see Wyatt Six and the Judgment Day go at it before
Mm-hmm.
before their. I would love to see that, although I don't know how that's gonna happen. The only thing I see it happening is through the tag titles because they're in different brands. But
Yeah.
if it's the women's tag titles, so I'm hoping maybe it's that, because I don't think they're gonna leave Alexa out of WrestleMania. Like, how could you? She's a star. So is Liv Morgan and Raquel and all that. So I'm like, I think there must be like a tag team turmoil or whatever, like come WrestleMania. And then, at Raw tonight when they were interviewing Bailey, I was like, what is Bailey doing here in a Lyra match? And I just realized I was like, oh, maybe maybe Bailey is gonna be put in that because just to be completely like fair to these winners, I don't mean to disrespect Chelsea and Lyra, but I was thinking they were going to give the titles to veterans to just
Yeah.
establish it. Like, I was thinking, Bailey, Natalia, Naomi, like, these were the women who were going to wear the mid card titles. But nope, they
To
gave it
really like
to Chelsea, right? So I was like,
yeah.
maybe it's a nice way for Bailey to be put in the mix, not necessarily to win, but to bring the Bailey Roxanne feud into that intercontinental title, um, and then have Roxanne be put over by Bailey. So something like that. I was just like, maybe putting a title in the Bailey Roxanne feud and giving Lyra something to work on because I mean, I love her, but she's basically just been like a good entrance so far, and
Yeah.
that's all they've given her. It's a
No.
good entrance time.
You know, we're happy with Bianca with the win because now it looks like a really powerful triple threat, which I'm really excited for. Moving on, I mean, Sammy KO is always going to be like good, but it's like it's Sammy KO. Randy Orton coming back is epic, so that might turn into like a Randy KO match at Mania.
That
We'll see how that
Randy
goes.
Orton was another. gaygasm. That was another one. I was like, oh my god, it's my childhood crush. I was like, coming out, still looking like a goddamn hot person and just like destroying. So I was like, yeah, Sammy KO, I guess it was a treat for the Canadian fans, and a treat
Mhm.
for the wrestling fans. But I was like, I thought, maybe another match would have been more exciting for me, but they delivered. Also the same with Tiffany, Trish, and Nia and Candice. I was just like,
That was
where was
I needed.
Charlotte? I was saying, where was Charlotte? Like, what are we doing? It's Charlotte versus Tiffany, but okay, Trish needed a hometown thing, which I appreciate. But yeah, I'm not too invested. I'm like, I love Trish and I love seeing her, but I want to see Tiffany and Charlotte go at it like CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Like I want it to be like, bitch, you old, like like get into like it's my turn, grandma. Like I want it to be that kind of like you balding bitch. Like I want something like intense like that. So yeah, so I was waiting for that, and then the men's elimination chamber.
Okay, before we get into anything in the men's, real quick, I like for sure. There's many clips on this on YouTube, but like the biggest battle of the night, CM Punk versus that fucking light that kept dropping down. You know what I'm talking about? There's so many clips about
Yeah,
it already.
like poor. I do love Reddit. They call him Old Man Punk, like Old Man Logan. Like they're like, we love this Old Man Punk storyline.
He was wrestling with that light the whole goddamn night.
I know, and it's just like, why
But
does it
yeah,
have to be CM Punk? Like, why couldn't it have been Logan Paul?
no, that's real.
Like, why didn't we have to be someone that was good? Why couldn't it have been the asshole? Like, I wish.
But the match was
Yeah.
great. The match was really good. You know, everything that happened, I kind of expected.
Yes.
Um, they ran it like you know like if anyone else would have wrote it, right? And I think it's
Yeah.
that way
Yeah.
because of the like elephant in the corner thing that happens at the end of the night.
I, I don't. I'm sorry, but unpopular opinion. Like, I don't like this Rock. I don't like it. It's so cringy when he
Oh
comes out.
yeah, I don't.
It's like, like the
That whole
works, and I'm
rock
like,
entrance took too long.
I was like, no, no. We could have had an entire women's match, or like a match while you were entering. Like, no, I just, I don't know. I find it cringe, and this continuous like branding the WWE is doing, like bringing all these celebrities or super followed social media. So I'm just like, we don't need this. The wrestling, we don't need to see this. This doesn't do anything for us. Like,
You know,
I don't know why,
like
but
if you're gonna bring in celebrities, bring in celebrities. You know what I mean?
not like D-list.
Yeah, like don't bring me a Twitch superstar. Bring me like yo, bring Vanessa Hudgens. You know what I mean? She's famous and she loves wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bring
Yeah,
someone
bring
like
like a
that. Because if
fan.
we're gonna do
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you
Yeah,
know,
like someone we
or
can
like
relate
even a
to.
legend. Bring a legend back.
Yeah, like, so I was just like, yeah, and then The Rock, and then if it wasn't for John Cena turning, I think that whole segment would have sucked. So I think that was a
Oh yeah,
segment where the whole reliance was on that twist. Because
yeah.
imagine if it was just like,
He's like, okay, I'll sell. Bye.
like my friend, she doesn't watch wrestling, but her husband does. So she was like, "So what happened?" She was like, "I could just heard screaming," and I was like, "But we watch Drag Race," so I was like, Oh, so Cody told The Rock to pop off, and then Cena came for Cody. She was like, "Oh wow!" I know. I think there was blood on the dance floor.
The drag race comparison is wild.
And Drag Race winner was there, Priyanka from Canada. She was there. She took a photo in the front row during, of course, the Trish match. On brand. Trish inspiring a generation of drag queens is really like, I believe it. So,
Yeah.
yes, I was like, I did it in drag terms. And she was like, oh my god. She was like, I got it. I was like, right? So you don't really watch wrestling, we'll just use the drag terms. But yeah,
Did you?
and you called this,
Oh, go ahead.
I was like, you called the John Cena winning, but I was like, you got the story thing, you just switched who turns heel. When I was like, but
Yeah.
that was basically
Not
your call.
Cody
You're
turned.
like, no, yeah, you're like, nope, it's gonna be Cena versus Cody. And you said this like from the start, from like the Royal Rumble. And you were like, oh, it's gonna be Cena versus Cody, and then Cody's gonna turn heel. But apparently it's John Cena, which I was like, I guess because now it's interesting, now it's WrestleMania worthy, because that's where they were very weak. I think it was so hard to push Cody if he was just there. Like, he needs to be at a disadvantage all the time.
He needs. Yeah, and he needs to fight a villain every single time. Like Cody
Right?
Rhodes is a great Batman. He's such a good Batman, but he needs a rogue gallery to fight. Like you can't just put you can't just put Cody Rhodes against like some normal thug. Like he needs a super villain. And with the
Yeah, yeah.
Cena turning heel, they've made the craziest super villain they could have made at the time. You know what I mean? Um,
I know, it was like
I like it.
Avengers Doomsday. It was
No, yeah,
like
that's real.
Tony
I
Stark.
Yeah, and I love it for Cena because like Cena's been this super face his whole career, and whenever superstars are talking about, oh, I'm gonna retire soon, I think Batista mentioned it where like I'm never coming back because I got to call my shot. I got to write the way I
Yeah,
wanted to get out. And
yeah,
if Cena had any part in this part of the storytelling, it's amazing because he got to go out on his terms. Like, what if we just like everything I did just switched it up and made it that much more impactful, you know? I
yeah.
don't know who's gonna win at Mania. Personally, I don't care. I think for this particular line, I'm here for the ride. As opposed to
Yeah.
like Gunther, Jey Uso. Jey Uso better motherfucking win this shit, man. Like I'm only like fuck the ride. I need the results. Okay, Us.
Yeah. I have a feeling.
But yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, again, like the John Cena was like definitely Tony Stark turning into Doomsday. I was just like, that is a Robert Downey Jr. moment for me, where I was like, oh my god, he's a
oh,
villain. So that was great, but yeah, love the storytelling, love how it all happened, and love that he got to choose when he was gonna turn a bad. What was I say? But I do think, back to the results, I do think Jay is going to win. I have a feeling they might make John Cena win, and just so that Cody has something to chase until SummerSlam, and then maybe before John retires, he's a face again. He'll somehow turn on The Rock, and be like, woo, Cody and Cena together, and then who knows? Although I do hope, if Cena does win, I do hope they sort of change, freshen things up, put Roman back in there. I need to see Roman back
yeah,
at the top title picture. Like,
yeah,
just like they just need to. Um, but of course, again, they have no problem because they have no shortage of main event stars. I do hope, though, and I just request that I hope the Rhea Io Bianca match that I think is coming is main event for one of the nights. And then Jay Uso,
Yeah,
I think, should main event one of the nights. And
I think so.
yes, we can set, John Cena and Cody can open a show. Although I have a feeling
Yeah.
those are your both main events. I do have a feeling that that's what they'll do. They'll make Cena, Cody a main event. They'll make Jay Gunther a main event, and then the women will just open the show. As what they've done the past few PLEs, which nothing is wrong with, but
Uh,
it, Rhea, Bianca, and Io are main event stars for me, so they
so
deserve that.
Also, real quick, shout out to WWE for bringing back these like weird matches that we haven't been seeing in a minute. Um, the
Uh,
tornado tag match coming back next week, and then there
yeah.
was like a bunch of other matches. I'm waiting for them to bring back like a handicap match, like the old school matches we got back in the day that we haven't seen in a minute.
Yeah, and that's I'm feeling like that's what Triple H and Creative are doing. They're trying to get the same energy of the Attitude Era and then putting the modern twist on it. That's why I love this Raw, because I was like, that is the Raw I loved in 1998. It always started intensely. And it always started with
Yeah,
Stone Cold just pissed at authority and just like pissed at Vince. And then I realized they have to be mad because right now everyone's mad for some whatever reason. And I'm not talking
yeah,
in politics terms. I'm just talking in general. Everything's so expensive. Real life has just been a drag. So starting the show
right.
with a very like where we can channel our rage to through CM Punk, through Seth Rollins, I think was the same energy in 1998 where those generations started to rebel. Right? The late 90s where people started rebelling for real, like sex was everywhere, like
Yeah,
people weren't going to church, so and that's the kind of energy Stone Cold brought. So I was like, that's what I'm feeling now.
mm,
I'm feeling like this attitude, at least for this Raw, which I'm hoping continues on to
yeah,
SmackDown. I'm still like, oh my god! I'm still like, I hope they don't screw this up and give us one good Raw and then slow it down again for the rest of for the week. But did you think WWE did Canada dirty? I think they did. Because they never play the fucking
yes.
Star Spangled Banner anywhere and decided to do it in Canada. I was like, yo, these are the
No one's right.
details that are just so cheap, Hunter. They're so Logan Paul and the national anthem in Canada, like it's just cheap hits for media coverage. Where I'm just like, you guys never sang the national anthem. You don't even sing the national anthem at WrestleMania, and then today at Elimination Chamber, like,
All of a sudden,
like they wanted what? Did you
no,
want
yeah,
Midas
I
Touch to
think.
cover you? They did.
uh, yeah, I think that's kind of it. We had a good weekend of wrestling actually. Um,
We did.
some things I'm excited for. They're gonna come and we're gonna talk about them. I don't want to like throw anything out just yet because right now I think it is time for like trust the creative. We always say it
Yeah.
on the show where we're like, there are points where I'm like, fuck you guys, but then I think right now we're at a good point. We can trust the creative again. Just give it. There are a few cool things coming up before we get into this week's 3 count. Um, Also, unless you want to add anything that you're looking forward to.
I mean, tomorrow's NXT. I'm looking forward to. Like, the Hardys
Stand and Deliver.
are back
Stand and
there.
Deliver is coming up with the Hardy
Stand and
Boys.
deliver. Yeah. I mean, NXT has been on fire. We don't go on to detail because we'll run out of time. But I'm looking forward to NXT tomorrow. I want to see my girls. I hope Julia is not injured as what is rumored online. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for NXT.
Hell yeah. So NXT, Stand and Deliver with the Hardy Boys. I'm really excited for that. Also, some like WWE adjacent things. I'm just media training in case and if when we get sponsors. Uh, WWE 2K25 releases March 7th as an early release, but the game will be out publicly for everyone. I mean, you can buy the public release or you can buy the game normally on the 13th. Uh, and they have two special editions. One as the Undertaker like Dead Man pack, and the Bloodline special edition, which is the early release, is like 100 and something bucks. I don't think I'm gonna get it till the 13th though, but I will be talking about it.
Yeah.
Also, Dimension 20 is a Dungeons and Dragons channel where this newest season releases April 2nd around WrestleMania time, but it features The New Day, Chelsea Green, and Bailey. And it's just like wrestlers playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is dope. Um, yeah, I mean, are you ready for this week's 3 count?
Yeah, no, and I just want to say, yeah, wrestlers playing Dungeons and Dragons. If we have Dungeons and Drag Queens on a weekly basis, I demand Dungeons and wrestlers like every week too,
Yeah.
and I'd love to see more of them play. So yeah, I'm excited for that. If you don't know, Dre also does Rumble Roll. You can find him on one of his other channels, and it's a Dungeons and Dragons based channel, but they do a lot of twists, so I'm not going to spoil it, but they do have a lot of twists, and it's pretty cool. So catch that. And yes, I'm ready for 3 count.
Cool. This week's 3 count, we'll go 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. We'll do three. Um, favorite heel turns in honor of John Cena. Favorite heel turns.
Okay. Um, oh my gosh. My first one, would definitely be Lita. The heel turn of Lita to Edge, Matt Hardy, that whole love triangle. Like, bitch.
Yeah.
That's not yours.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go. Shawn Michaels betraying Diesel at the Rumble.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Yes, yes. Oh my god.
Where like it
That
was
is
down to the final two, sweet chip music, Diesel eliminated. He's been carrying the team the whole night.
yes, yes. Oh my god. Well, I am sticking to the women here. One of my favorite heel turns,
Cool.
China. Oh no, sorry, no, that was a face turn. Sorry. No, that was a or was it? No, it was a heel turn. It was everybody thought it was a face turn because Kane and China were in the corporation, and then it was Kane versus Triple
Yep.
H, and then China was gonna come, and instead of helping Kane, she was right with Kane. She betrays Kane, and then it's Triple H, and everybody thinks it's a DX thing, but apparently Triple H joins the corporation. So I'm like, one of my so yeah, that's one of my favorite heel turns. Triple H joins the corporation.
That's great. Oh man, I have one in mind, but I want to save it for last. So I'm going to go. Damn. Oh, excuse me. The NWO when
Oh
Hogan turned
yeah.
heel. The first
Yes,
iteration of the Twitter.
yes.
Also, Hogan, you're a piece of shit now. Like you're a heel in real life, but like that moment in like wrestling history is forever cemented in my brain.
Yeah, no, that's a moment. And then here at my count number one, I'm still sticking to the women in this 3 count. Stephanie McMahon Helmsley. That was one of my
There it
like,
is.
like that was one of the biggest twists in my wrestling fan history. Where I was like, oh my god, where she was just like,
It's so
so what, daddy? Like, I'm no longer daddy's little
poor.
girl.
Oh, poor Test.
Yeah, so that's my number one, Stephanie McMahon Helmsley. I know. I mean, rest
My
in
number
peace,
one.
Tess. But I mean, really, nothing was gonna happen.
Right. My number one, I gotta go modern. I gotta go. This year, the New Day turn was still so chef's kiss to me because it was the long form. That's it was the ultimate betrayal, and they're still reaping their seeds as of
Yeah.
right now. So I'm New Day turned the New Day. They changed their intro. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I swear, I can't wait for Def Rebel to get fired. Sorry, I'm like, when are we getting new music? Like,
Wow.
this is insane. Like, in a year where WWE is reaching record profits, your music is such a drag. Like, so far from what made the Attitude Era what it was the music. Like, it's good music.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so good that there were like rock versions and hip hop versions and like real artists came and like
Oh,
that's how good the music was. So no, I mean no offense, Def Rebel,
even
but I'm part of
even
that
Vince
group that
McMahon's
wants you guys
music
to
was
not.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone, even like I don't know, the music wasn't really like it didn't come off trying hard or whatever. It was just music, but it matched the person so well all the time. It matched the character, it matched the superstar. Here, I just feel like
Yeah.
it's a bunch of like free music from Canva. That's like, let's add their initials, LA9, and then let's just do this. Canva, free music. Like seriously, it
Yeah.
sucks. Like there's no personality, there's no characterization. There's just music, which made the Royal Rumble
Yeah.
quite
It
questionable
just
when people would
sounds.
come out because you're like, who's this? Right? Especially the women's rumble. I was like, who's that? Oh, Zoe Stark. Like, I'm sorry. Like, oh, that's Shayna Baszler. She's come out for so long and I still don't know her music. Like, I still don't know it. It's not catchy, but yeah, that's our 3 count. That's great. And sorry, we went majority old school, but that's that's how they used to tell really great stories. Like pure old school, except the New Day. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right, Chop and Chatters. That has been another episode of Chop and Chat. Thank you for joining us. We try and post every week, but life gets in the way, and we're not professionals yet. We will be soon. But until next time, we've been your host. I'm Dre, aka Yeetilog.
I am Anil, also known as your big time Becky, and we'll be back for more Chop and Chat soon. So, we'll see you. And hopefully next week is another great week. Hopefully. Like I'm watching you, Trips.
All right.
Okay, bye. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a
Great.
good.
We'll
That
just
was a
wait
good
for it to
episode.
upload. Yeah,
Yes.
well, because they gave us good
Um.
stuff to talk about too.
hmm Yeah, and I liked the pacing of it, and I think it might have
Yeah.
been because we're like, hey, let's see if it doesn't cut us off. But
Yeah, no, me too. I was like, 38 minutes? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Like, we have a 40-minute time limit. But
yeah. No, but it's been
yeah,
good because
good.
I've been seeing my my rate's been like 98 the whole time.
Good, good, good. Yeah, mine too has like been pretty good today. So I think Monday nights are the best for us just so that it's right after and then we can just do a summary of SmackDown as well or whatever happened the week.
Yeah, I like that. We can do Monday nights. I think I'm okay with that schedule because nothing's really going on Monday nights for me.
Yeah, right. So I was like, I think it's better too and then like everything's fresh, we're excited and then yeah, and then it's a quick like review. So I was like, good. I mean, Oh my god, I can't wait for the WrestleMania one. That's gonna be fun. Um, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm having a WrestleMania like watch
Excuse
party here, if you guys want to come.
excuse-
Listen.
Oh, cool. Did you see they were selling tickets to that Cosm place? They showed it yesterday at Elimination Chamber,
No.
where it's like it's like a so the it's almost like an IMAX theater, but the seats are like downward instead of yeah, it's like an IMAX theater, and then you watch the show like you're there. So you have a view where you see the
Uh,
ringside, and then you see up close to the ring. So like if Jade is there, you're like watching Jade.
oh,
So it's
are
like
you gonna go to
it's
that?
and they do it for like I don't know. They do it for like sports events. I'm just thinking, I'm like, I don't know. I think I
Mm,
might be more comfortable, like, not in public or, with friends or whatever than
yeah.
just, being in public. Because what if I, like,
Yeah.
hate who they're cheering for? I'm like, bah!
Everyone likes CM Punk.
So I'm like, yeah, no, I know, I know. When we saw the holiday tour, he came out and, people were cheering. And then when it was a pause, like when everybody just calmed down, like me and like five other guys, and then they were like, "Bah!" And then like, everybody, and like the whole group, like, and then everybody started going, okay, so we can boo Pug. So all those who were like quiet, all of
Yeah.
us just started booing. Bah! And then I felt bad because
Yeah.
I was sitting in front of, there were a kid in front of me, two kids who were like big Punk fans, and they were like, yay! And then I'm like, bah! So like poor kids, man. They really like recoiled when they heard me. Like, oh my god. Okay. Are we uploaded? So let's go to
Yeah,
bed.
uh, yeah, we're gonna
Huh?
watch it here both nights. So like potluck, like bring food, and we're all just gonna scream at the TV
Okay, I can't hear you now.
together.
Oh my gosh. It's starting. I can't
Oh,
hear you now.
let me it's starting. Let me just call you because I think it's uploading. That's why.
Oh, okay. Alright. So I'll just